Hello, 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 gorgeous humans of manifested. Oh my goodness, day three is here upon us. And the last few days have just been so wonderful. So, first of all, I want to start off by saying, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, whether you are here with me live, hello and welcome, or you are joining me on the replay. I want to say thank you for saying yes to this experience, not for me, but for you. Because truly, you could have chosen to do anything else with your time. You could have chosen to invest into yourself in any other way, but you chose to be here to invest in yourself through this. And this is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself, not only to yourself, but to the world, because learning about yourself, coming into this deeper understanding of who you are, what you want, and how you create and how you manifest in the world is so powerful because there is only one you. And when you live as the youest you, it is the most valuable gift that you can offer anyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have had the last time I checked, we have had over 145 people from all over the world sign up for this event. It's been so cool to see people from Dubai, from the UK, from Europe, from Canada, from the US, all over the place. It's just been such a privilege to be here with all of you. So thank you. Thank you. Because as I said yesterday, you being here is part of my dream life manifested because this was just a vision. This was just an idea, an inspiration, an intuitive hit that came to me. And I felt excited about it. I was like, I want people to know that this is available to them, that they have this power to create a life beyond their wildest dreams. So it was that energy in me, that excitement and if I'm honest, like a little bit of nerves as well, because when you do something like this, it requires you to put yourself out there, to take a risk, to take a leap of faith that people will come. And in that leap, in that risk, in acting on that energy, you all showed up. So I took action on a feeling to bring it into reality, and it manifested into this beautiful co creation. So whether we are physically co-creating it at this moment live here, or you're watching a replay, or you're catching it on YouTube or something, you are part of this manifestation. And that is really, really powerful because that is energy that was made evident. My energy impacted your energy. So you felt called, you felt inspired, or you felt curious to sign up for this event, or whatever the feeling was. There was something that brought you here into this moment, watching this right now. And whatever that feeling was, it was your own. Nobody forced you to be here. Nobody told you that you had to be here or that you should be here. You chose to be here. So you moved with that energy and helped to form this beautiful elevation of consciousness where my dream feeds your dream and we co-create this really beautiful ripple effect together. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I want you to kind of like hold this as a truth about manifestation, that manifestation isn't just about getting what you want. It's not just getting a car or like the perfect parking spot in front of a restaurant or those little things that are those fluffy, trivial things that we often hear when it comes to manifestation. But manifestation, true manifestation, is about becoming who you are meant to be and realizing, yes, Matt says we are meant for more. Yes, it's about realizing that you are meant for more, realizing that it's about fulfilling the purpose that you came here for. So, we're going to talk about purpose today. We're going to talk about how love, how money, and how purpose are manifested through your authenticity. So, we'll do like a really quick recap before we get into today's lesson. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to share with you a really powerful opportunity that is a limited time opportunity for you to act on your energy. If you feel called, it's a fun way for you to be able to participate and to go deeper in this energy. So, day one, we talked about the first spiritual principle, which is through the body, the soul is made manifest. So, what that means, the divine essence, the pure source energy that is the real you, your spiritual self, your soul, is here for a reason. And it's not to work your ass off, to pay taxes and die. It's not to hustle and struggle and feel unfulfilled or to settle for mediocrity. And it's not to constantly doubt yourself, wondering like, am I good enough? Or is this okay? Or do people like me? Or comparing yourself to others or hiding by the sidelines because you're afraid of getting hurt. That is not the point. The reason that you came here, the reason why your soul was made manifest through this body that you find yourself in is because you're here to be fully expressed as your authentic self, to be fully expanded into as much of your limitless potential as you can, and to experience all that life has to offer. Like Matt said, we are meant for more. That feeling of more, that desire for things is coded in our DNA. It's constantly with us, this evolution, this expansion that is meant to be fulfilled. We don't just arrive at a point and stay there forever. If you look at nature, like a tree doesn't ever stop growing, it just keeps growing into its greatest version of itself. And so that is what you are here for as well. So, love, fulfillment, purpose, success, wealth, joy, and everything in between. The point of it is that you are here to feel it all. So we talked about that yesterday. Feeling is the secret to all of it. Your body is this vibration translation machine that your spiritual self, your soul, your energetic essence is communicating to you through. It's why you want what you want, because we talked about resonance of truth. That feeling of truth in your body, it feels good. It feels like aliveness. It feels like yes. It feels like this anchored harmony within you. And so you want what you want because you know that it's available to you. It might be this really deep down buried essence of you that knows that, but there's a knowing that it's available. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know to want it. You wouldn't know to feel aligned to that. So it's all possible for you. It just requires you to believe it, because what you believe to be true will be your truth. What you believe to be true will be your truth. There are absolute truths and there are relative truths. A relative truth means that it's not true for everybody, but it could be true for you. An absolute truth is it's true for everyone. But the majority of the things that we believe are relative truths, not absolute truths. So we can change them. And we've been talking a lot about truth over these last days and what truth feels like in your body, and how following that feeling is the way that your soul guides you along your unique path. And that doesn't mean that your path is going to look like everybody else's. It's your unique path. So through the body, the soul is made manifest. Your energetic spiritual self is here, incarnated in this physical vessel that allows you to experience. And so we have the soul and we have the body, we have the spirit, and then we also have the human. And so we talked about how the live free lifestyle, the methodology, the live free method, those 8 steps allow your human to navigate the life that you are meant to live by connecting you back to your soul. And so we talked about the first 3 steps on day one that help you to differentiate your truth, your soul's knowing versus human surviving. So, how to thrive instead of how to just make it through, how to differentiate what is authentically you versus what society says or what you've been told or taught or programmed to think. So, the first step in the method is to listen for the whispers, because your soul is always speaking to you. Remember, I said it's always trying to wake you up, it's always trying to align you to your highest path. And so, learning to listen for how it speaks to you in your unique way is your spiritual superpower, knowing how your truth sounds to you and resonates. So, you go through a process in the Live Free method that allows you to differentiate your voice, your truth, and who you think you need to be, or who you've learned to be, who you've adapted yourself to be. So we then talked about intention is key. That's the second step. That's how you set the context for yourself. That's how you create this pathway for yourself based on what is truly meant for you, based on what you truly desire, not based on a blueprint that was just programmed into you. So we talked about this greater context that allows you to navigate a new way of life that is aligned with your truth, that is aligned with your soul, your authenticity. And then along that path, that new way, you learn to validate your feelings. That's the third step. Validate your feelings. This is emotional intelligence. This is so powerful. Energy in motion in your body, emotion, lets you know when you are in alignment and when you are out of alignment. Truth, alignment feels good. It feels like harmony. It feels like peace. It feels like clarity. It feels like remembering. The opposite of that feels like crap. And most of us haven't really learned to differentiate our feelings. We haven't even been taught how to feel or even allowed to feel. So a lot of us are stunted in that area of emotional intelligence, and we confuse our instinct, our survival mechanism with our intuition. And then all of that energy gets mixed up and we don't know what's the right path to take and should I stay or should I go, and all of these questions because we're not able to differentiate the difference between the signals that are being sent through our body. So validate your feelings is so powerful and so important to know where you are relative to your truth and where you are falling off path. And then day 2, we talked about how your mind creates your reality. So, this is the second spiritual principle, the second spiritual step to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. Understanding that through the mind, the spirit creates. So, in day 2, I told you to suck a lemon, and you did in your mind, in your imagination, and you experienced it as real. You were saying how you could smell it, how you could feel it, how you could taste it, how your salivary glands were starting to be activated. And that was giving you the experience that mind creates matter. Your mind, your thought affects your physical being, your body. And then that creates the actions that you take. So everything that you create is first experienced through the mind as a thought, whether you're aware of it or not. And most of us are not aware of the thoughts that are constantly running in the background. We don't know that we're creating based on this program that we're not aware of. But you can see the manifestation of those thoughts in your reality when you look around. So if your bank account is not looking so great, chances are you're thinking a lot about not having money, or you worry about money, or you focus on the lack of money, which then creates more of it because your focus of that creative energy is on the lack of money instead of on the solution. And so you keep recreating the same patterns over and over again. Your mind is creating thoughts that then trigger in your body, and then your body is taking actions that are then creating in your reality. So when you're not aware of the thoughts that you are thinking, you're not aware of the underlying program that we talked about in day 2, then you keep attracting the same types of unavailable partners, or you keep having the same frustrations in your job. There's a program that's running in the subconscious that is running you into the same scenarios over and over and over again. That creative energy, that spirit that flows through you, creates through your mind. And where your mind is focused is where that energy goes. So I want you to know that if you're in a situation that isn't ideal or where you want to be, and you realize, I think I've been creating unconsciously, that's not your fault. It was programmed before you were even aware of it. But it is your responsibility to change it if you want to experience different results. It is your power to change your thoughts, to choose a new way of thinking through your free will. So, yesterday was a really powerful lesson about how the mind creates. And we talked about the 3 steps in the Live Free method that help you to reprogram and release those thought patterns that aren't serving you, that aren't aligned with your truth. So, the first, I guess this would be, what are we at? Number 4 is elevate your standards. Elevate your standards. So, this is where you create boundaries. You set standards for yourself and for others that are in alignment with your truth, not in alignment with the version of you that believes that survival happens or that acceptance happens through people pleasing or through perfectionism or hustling or grinding or all of those things. You get to choose and elevate your standards because the world will respond to you by the standards that you set for yourself. If you set a standard that is not acceptable, then it is not acceptable. You do not accept it. And the response that you get is meeting that standard. So, boundaries, your core values, those are all the driving forces that require your attention so that you can set them consciously, so that you can start to create in this new way. And then, as you start to create so that you can move forward, the next step is to forgive yourself for all of the times that you chose something out of shame, out of guilt, out of not knowing any better. Instead of holding yourself to blame or holding yourself to the fire, learning to forgive yourself is one of the most powerful and liberating practices. And it's not easy. A lot of us have gone through a lot of things in our lives, and sometimes forgiveness is the last thing we think to do. But even your willingness to forgive is really powerful. And so there's a process that I take you through so that you're able to get to this place and recognize that you can only do what you know to do. Instead of like continuously trying to change the past by bringing it forward unconsciously, you can start releasing it. So you're no longer carrying the pain, but you are moving into the next step, which is remembering why you started. You are starting to remember the gifts that you have. You are able to look for this powerful, deeper meaning for your life. You can extract the gold from everything that you've gone through. Because what I know for sure, that if you are here live or on the replay, you have survived 100% of the worst experiences of your life so far because you are still here. That means that there is a power present in you, and that is your gift that you are meant to share. And in doing so, sharing that gift, sharing that true essence of your power, that is what magnetizes to you all that you are meant to have. And so that brings us to the third spiritual philosophy, or the third step to create a life beyond your wildest dreams, that we are diving into today for the finale. And that is, through humanity, God is expressed. Now, when this download came to me through my meditation, I was trying to find any other way possible to translate it, but it was so clear it was through humanity, God is expressed. And now I know that God can be a triggering word for some. I know for myself, for a really long time after I left the church, it was very triggering because the religious um, experience that I had growing up for the first 30 years of my life, actually, was quite repressive. Some would call it a cult. And when I left, I did not believe what I had been taught, what I had been indoctrinated with. So I had to change my beliefs. I had to change that relative truth that I was indoctrinated with. And God to me was still something that was attached to this meaning, this experience of something that I didn't feel was true. So I had to reorient myself to be able to use that word with comfort. So If it feels uncomfortable for you, you can switch it out for source, divine, higher intelligence, universe, whatever language resonates for you. Um, but I want to invite you into the definition of God that I use and the way that I interpret the meaning of that word. And I use it as an acronym. I heard this years ago in one of my Kundalini yoga teacher training, I think it was. Um, and it's used as an acronym to describe the generating or the creating, the organizing, and the delivering or destroying energy of the universe. God. The generating, the organizing, and the delivering or destroying energy of the universe. And we can see that all around us. The thing that's like this creative life force that is activating our bodies, that is like making trees grow, that is just holding all of the planets in this organized fashion in suspended space, that is delivering constantly what we need when we need it. And it's also destroying things that are no longer needed. The cycles of life, the cycles of nature that we go through, that is the energy of the universe. That is God, this power. And so the energy that holds everything in perfection, that flows through and to everything and through and to each and every one of us, that force that makes us alive, you could call that God, you could call that love, however you want to look at it. This is from the Bible and other spiritual translations and texts and metaphysical texts, even that describe God as love, this unifying energy that moves through the entirety of all that is in existence. That is the essence of you. That is the truth of you. So, following what you love is so powerful. So, however you want to look at it, it is expressed individually through each and every one of us in a unique way. We're all made up of the same stuff. We all are made up of like carbon and matter and minerals and same stuff as stars. We're all made up of the same stuff, but we are all expressing it uniquely. And we have the unique ability as humans to express in a really powerful way. We do that with our physicality. Our bodies all look different. Like I have this wild hair and this brown skin. My mother, for instance, has blonde hair and blue eyes. We all have this individuation of our physical expression. So our souls incarnate in these meat suits that all look different, but they're all made up of the same thing. And I have different desires than you. We all have unique desires. So I'm curious about spirituality, the laws of the universe, and human potential. I like certain things. We don't all like the same things. We don't all have the same desires. We don't have the same dreams. We don't have the same thoughts. We don't have the same experiences. So we are all this powerful individuation of a unique expression of God, of this pure potential, this creative power. And the more that we allow ourselves to express our unique frequency of that, our unique expression of that, the more we are able to draw in what is aligned on that same frequency. So the more that I've allowed myself to express who I am, the things that I really like, the things that I love, the more unique that expression becomes, but the more powerful that expression becomes, and the more attractive that expression becomes. Because I am able to be confident in that expression. I'm able to go after what I desire and be authentic in showing up. And that energy is what attracts everything that I desire. So I manifest or make evident the dominant feelings in my body, the thoughts in my mind by being it, by living as it, and then watching how magic around me unfolds. It's not through hustle or effort, but it's by being free to be me. So I want you to think about this. Like, if each and every one of us is a unique emanation of the same thing, we can think of it kind of like radio waves. Every radio station is available at all times. It's this one sort of field that we can tap into. But depending on our unique desire, we tap into a radio station, for instance, like a rock radio station. And then everything on that radio station is related to rock music. So you tune into that frequency and you receive everything on that frequency. You get advertisements about concerts that are rock concerts. You get advertisements about things that are related to that type of music. Or if you like classical music, you switch to the classical station, and then things that you hear on that station relate more to that frequency. So we each have this unique frequency that when we tune into, we start receiving on that frequency. And the things that are on that frequency are things that resonate as truth. So if there is a desire in your heart, it is resonating on that particular frequency of your authenticity. And for you to receive it, you have to be tuned into that frequency of your authenticity. But most of us are taught to repress our authenticity. We're taught to hide parts of ourselves. We're not taught to be fully expressed in who we are. And we create static in that frequency. Or we end up on a completely different channel wondering why we don't like the music that's playing. We manifest on a frequency that is not our own, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't like resonate with us. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't look good. There's something off about it. Most of us are taught to fit in, to hold ourselves back, to be afraid. So, like I said before, this wild natural hair, this is who I really am. But for many, many years, I used to straighten it. I used to blow dry it straight. And oh my gosh, when I think about the amount of hours of life that I spent just trying to not be myself by straightening my hair, I'm never getting that time back. But why would I do something like that? Because I wanted to fit in. I thought my hair was too much. I didn't want to be too much. I didn't want people to look at me weird and be like, oh my God, look at all that hair. So I straightened it. I wanted to be like everybody else. And most of us do that. We want to do the things that'll help us to fit in. We get the right kind of job. We do the right kind of thing. We go to the right kind of school. We censor ourselves constantly. We hold ourselves back because we are afraid of standing out, of being too much. We have a program in our mind that we need to reorient back to our truth. And so, in doing so, when we're operating out of alignment with our truth, we're not on this magic frequency that allows everything that is meant for us to be received. We're jumping over to this other frequency and having to work double or triple as hard to try to get what we want that is over here. So we end up hustling, trying to prove our worth, trying to make people see us, trying to be chosen, trying to be loved. We do the people pleasing thing. We settle for things that are available on this frequency, even though it's not the right frequency for us. We just do the thing that we think we're supposed to do because that's what's available, and we can't see how to get what we actually desire. So we play small and we doubt ourselves and we imagine that it's not possible. And we imagine manifestation doesn't work. And we imagine that it's just not meant for me. But that's not the truth. I lived from that place of being misaligned with a frequency. Because, like I said, what you believe to be true will be your truth, but your beliefs are simply thoughts that you keep thinking. They're simply programs that are running automatically. So I was programmed that you have to work really hard for money, that you can only marry somebody in the church, that you have to work for somebody else so that your job is secure. And so what did I do? None of those things really felt right, but everybody else was doing them. This is what I was programmed to believe. So I believed it and I acted in alignment with it, even though there were whispers in my soul that were saying, this doesn't feel right. I don't actually want to do this. This doesn't, there's something missing here. But I ignored all of those whispers, and I did what was expected. I followed the checklist. I went to school. I got the job. I married the guy. We bought a house. We did all of the things that I was supposed to do. And it felt terrible because I was building on a frequency that was not mine. I was building in alignment with somebody else's expectations, not with my truth. And what did that do? I manifested a lot of things. So, like I said, we are always manifesting, but through the mind, the spirit creates. And where we are directing our attention is where we are building from. And I was building from fear. I was building from not wanting to displease my parents, not wanting to be a bad Christian, not wanting to be different. I wasn't building from love. I wasn't building from authenticity. I was building from collapsing myself to try to fit in. But here's the thing, love and wealth, money and purpose, those are all only manifested through your authentic expression in the effortless way. I mean, of course, you can like work your ass off for love, trying to like get the guy to see you or trying to get the girl, chasing after them. You can work your ass off for money. You can totally do that in a job that doesn't fulfill you, something you hate doing, but something that you think you're obligated to do because XYZ, whatever reasons you have. You can create a lot through misalignment. I did. I had a whole entire life that I built for myself that just didn't feel good. And that's how you know. Truth operating in your body will feel resonant. It will feel good. It will feel like alignment. It will feel like harmony. It doesn't mean it's always easy, but it will feel right. So, true love, true wealth and abundance, true purpose and fulfillment are only manifested through your authentic expression in alignment with what you are meant to receive, which is what you desire. The reason why you desire it is because there's a part of you that resonates with it, that knows you are meant for it. Because how else are you going to find true soul mate love if you're pretending to be somebody that you're not? If you're pretending to like things that you're not, just so that somebody likes you, so that you fit in, or if you're chasing after somebody that doesn't give you the time of day, how can you be confident in showing up in the world if you don't know who you are or what you want? If you're trying to do everything else for other people? This was such a powerful learning for me because I didn't know what I wanted. I thought I knew what I wanted. I knew what other people wanted for me. I knew what I was supposed to want: the house, the husband, the car, the da 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 da, the list. But I didn't really start to identify what I deeply wanted until I went to therapy. When I left the church and realized I think my marriage is in trouble and there are some things happening, I went to go see a therapist. And she asked me, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody around me to be happy. That will make me happy. That's what I want." And I thought that was like the perfect answer because it shows I'm a good person. I want everybody around me to be happy. Who doesn't want everybody around them to be happy? And then she asked me, "Okay, well, if there was nobody around you, what would you want?" And I had no idea how to answer that question because I had based my whole life around making other people happy. So, to make my parents happy, I would do this. To make my partner happy, I would do this. To make my boss happy, I would do this. But I never checked in to see how any of those things felt. I just did what I was told because I didn't know that there was this deeper part of myself until I got to a point where, like I said, your soul is constantly going to be trying to wake you up to your highest path until the dissonance got so loud, until it was so clear that I was on another frequency, that the static internally, the dissatisfaction, the anxiety, the disability, the depression was so loud that I was like, I think I need to do something about this. And it was not for another second. There was a moment where, not for another second, my soul woke me up and said, Not for another second. It's time to start telling the truth. So it was only when I connected to my soul, the truth of who I am, and allowed it to guide my way that it started to lead me to everything that I truly desired. I had always wanted to have a big, expansive life. I had always wanted to see the world. I had always wanted to teach somehow, to travel, to do something that left an impact. And people pleasing and trying to be a perfectionist and doing everything right was not the path to get me there. So, by acting on the energy that I felt in my body, what felt like truth, what felt like alive, by focusing my mind on my desired outcome and allowing myself to take action when those opportunities presented themselves and express myself fully, that is how I manifested a life beyond my wildest dreams. That is how I manifested a global community. That is how I manifested a life beyond my wildest dreams with a man I love more than anything, living on a mountain here in Malibu, impacting people all around the world. That's how love, that's how purpose, that's how wealth came into my world, not through my effort, but through my authenticity. And I don't want you to get it twisted. When I say effortless or like with ease, it doesn't mean that you don't do anything, that you sit on your couch and you just imagine beautiful things coming to you. And that's the secret that they teach in manifestation. No, you take action, you do, but you do it in alignment because you already have everything that you need within you to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. Through the body, the soul is made manifest. Through the mind, the spirit creates. And through your humanity, God is expressed. Your true essence, the magic that you are, is manifest, is expressed in the world. When you trade the checklist for your truth, so we have to remember who we really are, connect with that, and allow that authentic frequency to be what directs our actions, not who you were told to be or not how you think you're supposed to do it, but your true purpose, your true essence expressed. And not everybody is going to do it the same way. That is the beauty of it. You are an individuated expression of this magic, of this power. And so you have a unique way to do it. And that brings us to the last two steps in the Live Free method. Explore the possibilities. Explore the possibilities. And you're doing that right now. Your imagination, the things that you dream of, your intuition, your curiosity, that guides your path and it will take you places that you've never been. You've already done that by showing up here. You felt something, something called you. Maybe you were curious. Maybe it sparked something in you, but you're like, that, I'm going to sign up for that. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to tune into that. And if you're here right now in this moment, you are exploring a possibility that was put in front of you that wasn't available before. It brought you to this place where you now have information that is activating something in your body that is making you feel a certain way. And then you get to act on that. So when you explore the possibilities, you're following these really beautiful breadcrumbs that are being dropped by your soul for your body to pick up, feel, and act upon. And when you act upon them, it brings you to the final step in the Live Free method. And this is embracing the unknown. Embrace the unknown. Because when you are exploring possibilities, you are opening up a perspective to things that weren't there before, or you're looking at all of the options that are available to you. And when you start moving with those new options, you start moving beyond what you've known. And so, courage to take action on those possibilities as they present themselves. For this, it wasn't a very big investment. It was a free experience, or it's a replay on YouTube, or it's whatever. But your willingness to explore and embrace the unknown is what will move you forward on your path. Your willingness to get comfortable being uncomfortable. They say that the number one killer of dreams is doubt. Doubt kills more dreams than any failure ever will because you don't even get off the ground when you doubt. If you doubt your ability to do something, if you doubt that it's possible, you don't even start, you don't even try. So, dream dead in the water before it even starts. But the second killer of dreams is the comfort zone. It's not wanting to get uncomfortable, it's wanting to stay in your comfort zone because everything that you desire is outside of where you currently are. You are in your comfort zone. And those dreams that you want are not in there with you. Otherwise, you would have them. So they are outside of your comfort zone. They require you to step beyond where you've been. And that requires you to have courage to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable being uncomfortable, to allow yourself to expand, to reach into your potential. It takes courage to be able to do that. And so, this is what the live free lifestyle is all about. It's about allowing your truth, your soul, to continuously guide you to fulfilling your ultimate destiny, which is the most expanded, expressed, and elevated version of yourself. And so, this is why I want to invite you into this experience that will give you the opportunity to move through the possibilities and move through the discomfort of embracing the unknown with guidance, with support, and with structure to stop the doubt and to help you expand into the life that you are meant to live. Because truly, in the unknown is where anything is possible. But it requires you to be able to focus your mind to create what you desire. So the Live Free Lifestyle experience is this proven pathway. This is the methodology that I've developed so that you can remember who you really are, that you can get super clear on your desires, and you can understand your purpose and live the life that you are meant to live so that you are living in your authenticity as the unique frequency that is yours with everything that is meant for you on it. So this is the methodology that allowed me to go from lost, from stuck, from uninspired to being clear, to being confident, and to being in control of my future. I've been living it since 2014 and teaching it since 2019. And it has been a proven methodology that has helped hundreds of women and some very brave men, a few brave men in there as well, to release these frustrating cycles of second guessing themselves, of staying stuck in the same patterns, of like recreating the same struggles over and over again, or from being stuck at a plateau or being stuck in something that no longer serves them, that no longer feels right, but without knowing where to go. It solves the problem. It solves the issue of like, there's something missing. This doesn't feel right. There's got to be more. It answers those questions by giving you a complete methodology and the powerful processes that allow you to go through these 8 transformational steps. And while it is a methodology, it is a framework that you pour yourself into it. The reason why it is so powerful is because we are all made up of the same stuff. We all have the same physicality. We have nervous systems, we have bodies, we have minds. We have this energy that is moving through us, but each one of us expresses that differently. And so while the steps are the same for everybody, the same as you need to eat, you need to brush your teeth, you need to take a shower, those steps are the same for everybody. We all do it differently. And so you pour you into this framework, and what you receive through it are your own answers. Your own unique path begins to reveal itself. It's not me telling you what to do, it's me showing you where to look to find your answers. You reprogram those stories. You find what those stories are. You recognize what it feels like in your body to be aligned with truth. You understand your emotional resonance. You work through your boundaries, your standards, your core values. All of that you are guided through in a systematic step-by-step approach so that you can come back to this over and over and over again. It is a lifestyle. It's not a one and done, I got a quick fix. It is how you live the life beyond your wildest dreams and how you receive everything that is meant for you, whether it's love that you want, success that you want, whether it's more meaning, more purpose, fulfillment, a depth in your relationships, impact in the world. You decide what it is, and this methodology will help you to create it. So you not only get this powerful methodology, these 8 steps, you get the powerful processes that allow you to do that. There are visualizations, there are guided meditations, there are subconscious reprogramming tools. And on top of that, we talked about the nervous system so much over these last couple of days. We also have on staff a resident nervous system specialist, and she's incredible and offers these really powerful nervous system regulation workshops to allow you to bring your body on board. Because all of the mindset work in the world isn't going to be useful if your body doesn't feel safe, if you don't understand the signals that your body is giving you. So you build your emotional intelligence, you reprogram your mind, and you come into alignment with your deepest truth. So I want to invite you to explore the possibilities. I want you to invite you into the opportunity to move with the energy in your body. If you're feeling activated, if you're feeling curious, if you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling motivated, if you're feeling like a resonance of truth, if you're feeling a yes, a leaning forward, explore that. There's a link that is available for you. I'm going to put it in the chat here for you to explore the possibilities, see how it feels, see how it resonates, and embrace the unknown. Allow yourself to move with that energy. Because here is a really powerful truth that both faith and fear require you to believe in something that has not yet been manifested. Faith and fear require you to trust in something, and you get to decide what you trust in. Through the mind, the spirit creates. Where you focus your attention is what you are going to create. Faith is believing in the best case scenario, believing that I'm hearing something that feels good in my body, that I'm curious about, that I want to participate in. That is faith, that it's going to work for you, that you can do this. Fear, on the other hand, is, well, I've done some coaching programs before and they didn't work. And I don't know, I don't know if this is possible for me. That fear, that doubt, that's also available. And you can also create. Fear is believing in the worst case scenario, that it won't work, that it's just not it. So you get to decide where you want to invest your mental energy and what you want to create from. But if this is feeling like a call, like an activation to you, I want you to follow that. This is how you live free. This is how you manifest. You follow the energy in your body and you act on it and you create from that action. You open up doors and you start new possibilities for yourself. You explore those and then you move through the methodology, which you now have. Through the mind, the spirit creates. So wherever you hold your attention, that is what is going to form. So if you feel that nudge, this is your invitation to follow it. This is your opportunity to see what happens. You already did it once by allowing yourself to be here, by being curious and like following that nudge, signing up, watching this video. And now you get to be in that energy of truth operating in you on your frequency and see what comes of it. And here's the thing, the more that you are able to act on that energy when you feel it, the more that you're able to trust it, the more that you start creating, you start manifesting from alignment, from truth. But the more that you stop and you hold back and you like allow yourself to go into doubt, into fear, into questioning, the more you create from that place, the more you stall your growth, the more you stay in your comfort zone where survival is stronger than thriving. So this is an investment into your future going forward. This is not a one-time thing. It's a methodology that has allowed me to go from disabled, depressed, and divorced to finding my purpose, creating this global community, traveling all over the world, meeting the love of my life, living on top of a mountain in Malibu. Did I mention how beautiful it is out today? I wish you guys could see how clear the sky is and how beautiful the ocean looks. This is not something I imagined when I was working my 9 to 5, struggling with anxiety, feeling depressed, wondering there's got to be more. I just felt that there was maybe something more. I never imagined it would be beyond my wildest dreams. But that is what happens when you allow your soul to lead, when you move with the activation of energy in your body and you allow it to guide your way. And the more that you're able to do that, the faster you see your manifestations come to fruition. And like I said, it's not a one-time thing. Every next level requires you to expand beyond where you are currently. And I have used this process over and over and over again since it came into formation in 2019 to expand to every next level, to push myself out of my comfort zone, to know without a shadow of a doubt the steps to follow to be able to see my dreams come true. So, right now, for those of you that are feeling this energy, that are feeling this activation, that are in the possibility, that are focused on the best case scenario, I want to encourage you to act on that by giving you a fun way to participate in this. So, for a limited time, just for a few days, because while this energy is fresh and alive and excited within you, that is the time to move. When it feels like truth and you move on it, that is what creates powerfully. So, from now until Monday at midnight, you will be able to save $1,111 off of the Live Free Lifestyle experience. And so, 25% off of this program, whether you choose to do the payment plan, which gives you a little bit more space and time to pay it off, or if you want to save the most and do the pay in full, by trusting that energy, by allowing yourself to move with it, by allowing your soul to resonate truth and following it, you can save 25% off of your registration. So the link is in the chat for you. Yes, yes, yes. The link is in the chat for you. You can go ahead and find that there. If you're watching this on the replay, it is in your email. It will also be in the notes on YouTube to explore the possibilities of what the Live Free lifestyle can do for you. What would it be like for you to live in your full authenticity? What would it be like for you to experience yourself in your true frequency, to receive the love that you desire, to receive the wealth that you desire, to receive the purpose, the meaning, the fulfillment that you desire? Because your desire means that it is meant for you. This is not a pipe dream. This is not just, I'm going to sit and pray and hope that my vision board comes to life. This is a powerful methodology for you to live it, for you to experience it now, and for you to embody everything that you came here to be. So, whether you are moving through the Live Free lifestyle live with me in person, this is a 10-week experience that we dive deep into each one of the 8 Live Free lessons, of the processes, of the practices. While you reprogram your subconscious, while you recreate this new frame of being, you're doing it with guidance, with support. You're not by yourself. I'm here to guide you, to answer all of your questions. We have live weekly calls. You are in a live experience with other humans who are on the same frequency, who are expanding into their highest potential. And so over the course of 10 weeks, you learn this framework, this methodology, and you have it for life. So you continue to come back to it. You continue to level up. And it is powerful to move through this process with accountability, with support. Because, like I said, the number one killer of dreams is doubt. And as soon as you go past your comfort zone, as soon as you start reaching for something that you don't yet have, that's when doubt is going to be the strongest. Because your survival instinct kicks in. Your human does not like anything that is not certain. Your soul knows the way. Your soul is expansive, it's limitless. So it's always going to be calling you to that edge. But your human is always going to try to keep you stuck. It's always going to try to keep everything the same. So when that doubt comes in, you have support. You don't have to figure it out on your own. And when that comfort zone is trying to keep you held where you are, you don't have to fight it on your own. You have support solutions to be able to move through it. So, this is a powerful transformational experience. You can read the testimonials on the website. This is something that has helped so many all over the planet. It doesn't matter where you're starting from, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your past or what you've tried before. This methodology will work. So I'm inviting you into the experience. If you feel called to join, until Monday, you will be able to save 25% off. After that, it will be the regular price. If you feel, I don't know, and you have questions, if you want to discuss either whether or not this is the right program for you, or you want to discuss doing VIP or a private version of this experience instead of doing the group experience, you can reach out to me either through wherever you signed up for this, through any of the emails that come through, or sending me a message or commenting on this video, or heading to the link that I've posted for you in the chat there. There are two options. You can go ahead straight to the checkout page and enter the code manifest25. It's the same code that we've been using for all of the passwords for the live Zoom calls. So that's the code that's going to save you 25%. Or there's also another option where you can reach out by direct message and speak to me. So we'll be able to communicate through voice note. I can answer any of your questions, or we can dive deeper into a VIP option, or if you wanted to do the private one-to-one experience of this as well. So, my loves, this is how you create a life beyond your wildest dreams. You live free as the youest you that you can be, because everything that is meant for you lives on the frequency of who you really are, your truth. So follow that feeling, learn to differentiate your truth from what is all that noise outside of you, and allow yourself to move with the energy through your body. Through the body, the soul is made manifest. Through the mind, the spirit creates. And through your humanity, God is expressed. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here in this space. For those of you who joined live yesterday, you also have a free copy of my book in the PDF. Look for that inside of the emails that you get with all of the replays. If you want to get a copy of it, you can in person, like not a PDF, but an actual physical copy. You can find it anywhere you get your books online, whether it's Amazon or Barnes and Noble, or just Google it. A New Way of Life, A Guide for Transformation from Living a Lie to Freeing Your Soul by Leah Brathwaite. It is a life-changing book. So I hope you enjoy that. I am sending you off with so much love, so much appreciation, so much gratitude. And I want you to remember that what you desire is possible. Your dreams, your desires are not frivolous. They are seeds planted in your soul for you to manifest. And as you begin to be called outside of your comfort zone to manifest those dreams, you become the version of you that you came here to be. Clear, confident, expanded, elevated, fully expressed, free to be you. This is the Live Free method. So thank you all for your energy, for your presence, for your beautiful comments. You are so welcome. That was so inspiring. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my loves, I'm sending you off. Any questions, do not hesitate to get in touch. There are so many ways for you to get in touch with us. So just look around wherever you are watching this. You'll be able to find a link or something to connect. And I can't wait to see you another time soon. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.